Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you some tomatoes that started off as a joke that are working out really good. And that's what's going on at Noah's house. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you something kind of started off as a joke to me in a way. So I start a lot of tomatoes. I think anybody who gardens starts way too many than what they need. And this year I said I'm not going to go overboard. I went overboard. I gave away probably a dozen or two tomato plants. Everybody was doing good. And I had all these extras. And it's just, I hate to throw them in a compost or whatever. So I put some in pots up in the garden. And I'm going to go walk around and show you all the tomato plants. This is the end of July tomato update. Let's put it that way. But out front we have a wall and we have these annoying plants that my wife put in, which they started off nice. It turns out they want to take over everything. But I'm going to battle with them, but that's okay. But what I did, I had all these extras, so I kind of built a solid border that was easy to trim against with the whippersnipper, Australian term for weed whacker, trimmer. I just like whippersnipper. How cool is that? But I got some good compost I put down. I put the cardboard. I did total no dig like Charles Dowding. Check him out. And had these extra tomato plants. So I put them out here with small stakes, and I figured, well, if they do happen to grow, they can fall over. I've restaked, done a couple things. I did put cabbage and broccoli out here, but where I live, if you're not netting up, they're not gonna go. Cabbage moth gets them, and I'll show you them too. And I kind of left them there, trying to track all the cabbage moth down here and away from my main garden, which didn't really work, but it kind of worked. But let me spin you around, and I'm gonna show you what these tomato plants, as a joke, not as a joke, just as I had them extra and I didn't want to compost them. I wanted to see how good they would do down here. And this is the front of my house by the road. I was never really a garden before. And I do have a spot by my mailbox I'm going to show you. That I also did the edge and I put compost last year. I want to make a nice pollinator garden because, well, it looks nice and flowers grow up around my mailbox. And then I just last year put a couple tomato plants in there. And they did great. So I did a couple more this year, and I don't stake them. I let them roll on the ground, and that's kind of my green tomato picking forest to make salsa verde and different, fried green tomatoes and stuff like that. But I'm going to show you what's happening here. Guys, ready? So these plants right here, they get a little rust at the end of the year. I don't know what they are, but we planted them. This was really just a total of 2 or 3 plants that my wife got from her aunt, and I kept splitting them and replanting them because we wanted something to border this wall right here. Let me zoom you out. And they bordered and they took off, and these things grow like weeds. They're even creeping up into my yard, but I'm taking care of them. These are the plants I put in. Oh, here's one of the terrible cabbage mothed up plants. But these are the tomato plants I put in. Tiny little seedlings, and they have turned into a jungle. Very nice, grew great. And check out this one plant. Look at the beastly tomatoes on this guy. Get out of there, leaf. Look at the stalks. Everything about this plant is taken off, and it's a big beef. Now this is my thing with letting them fall over. So they're falling over into themselves and actually holding each other up. This guy, he's doing okay. He's folded over. But look, it's Romas. And look at them, they're doing great. It doesn't matter if they fall over. This one, it's falling over. See it up there? But look, it's doing awesome. It's doing great. Same with this one. Now these two guys kind of got together and they're kind of holding each other up. It's fine with me. Here's another Roma plant. Let me look at the trusses, or look at the tomatoes on that. And there's more, and there's more. Now here, I did kind of like a little Florida weave thing just to hold up that guy in the middle. And here, these guys, they look terrible, but they're holding each other up. and they're actually growing pretty good. These are a cherry tomato type that were new this year from Italy. It's coming out onto the wall. If it wants to come and go over the wall, that's fine with me. But it's got a lot of tomatoes on it. So look at that. And these were all just extras, just kind of a joke. Now over here, this is my pollinator patch, which is really just a bunch of flowers and it looks nice. And I just buy a mix, a wildflower mix, and I throw in there. And a lot of them are volunteers from last year. And there are a bunch of weeds in there too. But I'm not getting in there to take the weeds out. I do that at the end of the year. Let me show you something here. If you look in there, this is a tomato plant. I planted it over there, and I just let it fall. And now look, got a tomato on it. Now if we look in here, zoom you in, around the bend, where they at? Tomatoes. You see them in there? Look at all the tomatoes. There's a ton of them. And that one is just in there in the ground and just falls, goes where it wants, lays on the ground. I've got another tomato plant over there. See the tomatoes in there right about there? Oh, I don't have my microphone, so cars will be going up the road. And let me walk around, not get hit by a car because that would suck. Right here, another tomato plant. It's just laying in there. Let me pick it up. Oh, we got a tomato. Down in there, we got a ton more tomatoes. We got big plant. Can you see them way down in there? Get in there. There's more tomatoes in there. I do try to keep them off of the compost. Doesn't always work. Right here, oh, there's another tomato plant. Got a bunch of tomatoes on that one. There is a couple eggplants in there too. Now these right here, definitely are weeds, and I'm gonna pull them out soon enough. But look at the amount of tomatoes I'm getting there. And this is all just an afterthought. What am I gonna do with these extra seedlings? Don't wanna throw them away. Let's stick them up here and see how they go. And look at the productivity I'm getting out of these guys. And this is the edge I built. These are old stones I found in the woods, old pavers I had laying around. And I just made a nice little edge. Woohoo! We've had a ton of rain lately, so... Oh, almost tripped on my gas meter. So, no cutting the grass. Now, give me a sec. And, oh my goodness, look at those beautiful flowers. Give me a sec. I'm gonna hop up into the main garden and I'm gonna show you how all the tomatoes up there are doing. This is tomato central at this point. And I hope they don't all ripen at the same time because I'm gonna have to scramble the can and make some sauce, although that would be a good problem to have. Okay, whew, in the main garden. So let me, I'll show you the main crop and then I'll show you what I did with a lot of the outliers. It's a good time. And I am smoking a cob today, whoop, a little close, with some Cornell and Deal Crooner. Very good blend, a little different. If you're one of my pipe subscribers, pipe viewers, and you're checking out some gardening, well, check out some Crooner. But I'm gonna spin you around, I'm gonna show you what's happening. All right, now this is my main tomato patch, so I thought. But these over here, those are all my main tomatoes. And I'm gonna show you now, if you watched my planting video, when I planted out all my main tomato crop, you can, I'll put a card in right about now that, watch that and you'll see what has happened. And what I've done with these, zoom you out, is I've just let them grow up to the top of the trellises. Although over there I used a mesh trellis that just buy, it's just string. And it really is holding them down, but it's holding up okay. And I just let them fall over. And I'll tell you why I do that and the inspiration for doing that in a little bit. But these were the main crops that I planted in, and they're all tagged, and we're getting tomatoes. Now that one, I don't know what's going on. That one got a little bit of blossom end rot on it, maybe. But these tomatoes, I'm getting tomatoes. We got some green ones in here. But if you notice, and even if I was go and zoom in, not as many is out front. There's some nice ones. I have picked 3 red tomatoes off of this plant right over here, and they were very good. But it seems like more out front than back here. So let me go over this way. I gotta straighten out the trellis. So, I had all those extra seedlings. Planted some out front, looked great. I'll show you what I did some more extra ones. This guy right here is doing great. Now also, I made a video of me planting this guy deep into that pot. I'll leave a card for that video now too. But look at the trusses, look at the romas coming out on that. They're doing great. Oh, and that one right there, if you could see, is starting to tinge red. So I have that one, and that's a whole video, a quick video of me planting that. So now I had more, and I had extra pots. So what am I gonna do? We got another Roma in that pot. And we got another tomato in this pot, and they're growing really good. Be it some are growing a little faster than others, some are slower, but that's fine. Oh yeah, and this guy here was trying a little wraparound thing. It's kind of working. And I have some lima beans. I decided, well, we'll put a little tomato plant in there. He's doing pretty good too. I had a couple other extra ones. Why not put it in here and go up this trellis? They're doing fairly well as well. Now, out of everything that I had, out of probably 4 dozen tomato plants, these are all the seedlings I had left. And I kept them in here thinking maybe as a replacement if something happened. Well, nothing has happened, and I'm thinking these guys are going to be headed to the compost bin. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the July tomato review. Pretty nice. I'm trying to use a selfie stick now instead of carrying my camera. My system for letting them grow up and fall over. If you watch Mark from Self-Sufficient Me, he's a gardener in Australia. Queensland? Gold Coast, I do believe. I will leave a link for him down below. Check his videos out. He does some awesome stuff. But if you're like me and you live in the States, like I'm in zone 6B, well, he's in the subtropics. So you have to adjust some of the things he does because they just don't work up here. But he lets a lot of his tomatoes grow up, fall over. They bend and they just keep growing, and it makes it actually easier to pick. But I hope you enjoyed the end of July tomato tour. Oh, one more thing I want to show you. Let me run over here real quick. We've had a lot of rain in the last couple of days. And I just dumped this out the day before, and this is the amount of rain we had yesterday. That is slightly over 1.5 inches of rain, and that was in a day, just yesterday. That's about all my tomato plants that I have. Everybody seems to be going good. I'm excited. I can't wait till they start going red and we can eat them fresh and we can sauce them and we can do everything. But I hope you enjoyed this little quick tomato tour. Well, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.